Aloha everybody from the friendly Bobcat. So I just did that review on the MT120 and Bobcat of Honolulu, where I'm from, Honolulu, not Nebraska, has taken me on to do a small review of the stand-on Bobcat mower over here. So this stand-on one right over there, actually, right there. You see it? Right there. Okay. So just want to make sure everyone sees it. So basically, couple years, I think actually a year ago, I picked up the ride-on mower from Bobcat of Honolulu because I had some maintenance accounts that I needed to use a riding mower on to mow some lawns. And I ran this ride-on mower over here that I've done a review already on my YouTube channel and it's got 76 hours on it. It's about a year of usage, and it's been an amazing mower. I've loved every bit of it. And I reached out to Bobcat of Honolulu, told them that I did that review of the MT120 in Nebraska, and they were all psyched on it, and they wanted me to do a review on the stand-on mower. So I told them I'd totally come down, pick the unit up, and demo it and do a review on it so people can get an idea of what it's like compared to the ride-on mower. So we're going to break down the ins and outs of the difference between the ride-on mower and the stand-on mower, and how these two units do the same thing, they cut grass, but how the experience is in them and why you would choose one or the other. And being a user of the ride-on mower, I'm going to look closely at the stand-on mower over there and figure out what are the pros and cons of that. Okay, so here is my ZT 3500. It's got a year of usage on it, and let me tell you one thing about this mower, and I have already done a review on it. You can watch that review, but I will say this mower is very comfortable to ride on. And I love the interchangeable gas tanks on this mower. Very well thought out, good design. I love the controls, very well thought out, good design, very nice and easy to operate. This mower is not clunky at all. This mower is totally nice to drive, very great experience, very comfortable, very nice. I love how easy they made it to access the belts and all that. I haven't had to change out the belts. I've just kept it really clean. I love the interchangeable blade setting, how they made that there. So yeah, ins and outs, gone through it already, but I'm going to say right here, this engine, that the ZT 3500 is the same engine that is on that ZT, the stand-on mower. So very similar thing going on here, completely similar thing going on here with the engine. Similar, they cut grass, but the experience is what we're going to talk about today. So it's kind of the walk around on the sit-down mower. Great piece of equipment, love it. Absolutely love this piece of equipment. And the thing I love the most about it over the year of using it is the ease of maintenance. Mower maintenance 101. Every time you're done mowing, I lift the seat, I lift this up, and I clean it out. So cleaning out the interior of your mower, you can see here the fans do get kind of caked with grass. See right there, the fans are caked with grass. That always happens in mowing. But what I do, I take this little still blower and I just blow it out. All right, so I just blew it out fairly well. And the thing I love the most about this sit-down mower is the ease of access to the battery, all the fan blades, the main electrical components that run this mower. You even have some access to the belt and spindles down there. Really cool design. Love how Bobcat thought of opening up the seat and everything's right there. Battery, all super easy to access. Really cool. Really well thought out design. Bobcat is incredible at doing that stuff, so good job. And I love that part of this mower. So always essential after every mow, you clean out these blades. Also, I love about this mower, air filter. I pop this off every 5 hours or 4 hours and I blow it out. Blow out the engine, just general day-to-day maintenance on your machines. Super important stuff to do. You want longevity, keep up with that stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna drop this guy back down. And now I'm gonna start talking about this awesome new machine they just let me pick up. So it's the ZS4000 stand-on mower. Same deal as my ZT3500 as far as blade width and engine, completely same deal. Very different deal in experience. So let's dive into that. So the things I just have looked at and thought about on this machine that I really like are the engine, like the whole engine design, the way they've placed it, the way it's very easy to get the stuff. Here's your oil. This dispenses your oil here. So if you need to drain your oil, you use this little guy, you pop it off and it drains. Here's your oil insert. Insert your oil there. Oil filter, air filter. Very easy to access components, very good job. They even thought about this here so you don't touch a hot muffler. My deck, which is a Tough Deck Pro. So there's two difference in the decks. I believe this is a better air circulating deck. So I gotta look up on the specs on that. Two different decks though, but same width in the deck. And the roller, the front rollers are actually bolted on versus the weld on system on my deck. I mean, I would say that it makes it a little more, you know, the only thing I think about that is maintenance. So these bolts and nuts, they'll freeze up over time depending on where you live, and you might need to change these out. So, you know, depending on, you know, I think it's a great design, don't get me wrong, but I really like the welded arms on those, welded roller arms. It just makes it simpler. So let's say that one thing right there is this is a little more components and parts, things that can wear out over time. Just mentioning that. So it's not bad, it's not good, it's just is what it is. You know what I mean? It's the design of the system, it's the design of the mower. When you line them up, both these mowers, they are identical almost in width. I believe they actually are the same width. So completely same specs on these mowers as far as width. And let's now dive into the blade controls. Okay, operational features, how it works. Let's break that down. So you have your reverse, forward, and neutral positions here with this control lever, okay? And over here, you have your reverse, forward, and neutral positions. These are for your tires, which makes you go. So when you're operating this machine, it has a cutoff feature on the engine, and this is a very important thing to remember. Keep your hand located on this lever if you do not want this machine to cut off, and keep it kind of locked down and hold your thumb on this piece of steel. And I would keep it locked in like this if you do not want it to cut off on you, because it will cut off if you do not have your hand on it. It's a safety feature. If you kind of let go, the engine will cut off. Remember that key feature here, okay? It's a safety feature, and it's designed so that when people are operating this mower, if they were to take their hand off of it and they were to keep running, this machine could run off if someone were to lean on it and hit somebody. So, well thought out safety feature to prevent accidents. Very smart, well thought out safety feature. So remember, if you're in operation, you don't want this thing to cut off, keep your thumb located down on this, hold this lever down, and keep it engaged, okay? This is your speed, your blades, your choke, your hours. Very simple, okay? Cut, park, transport. Transport, simple. You move this around, you're in and out of transport, you're into cut, you're into park. Your brakes on. Make sure when you park this machine, it's not loaded in transport. It'll roll away on you. You keep this thing in park. Always shift down into park. That's your brake. That's why the mower is not moving anywhere on this hill. All right, and here's your fuel level. I like that they did an analog fuel level on these. Really cool design. Kind of wish on my ZT 3500 it was more like this, because the fuel level on that thing is a little misleading. So I will say, good job on that. Awesome stuff though. Always read the manual when you're operating these equipments. Thoroughly read your manuals, because manuals include much more information than I gave you. Understand your machine in and out before you operate it, what it needs, maintenance intervals, all of that. Super important. Read manuals. The inboard components of this mower work like this. Everything you want to access inside of this mower is behind this pad. How do you get into that pad? Well, it's well thought out. Under here is a little tab. Loosen this guy off. This tab pulls off. Another key feature that I like about this mower is that you can pull up the standing deck and lock it in place. Very sleek design by Bobcat of this mower. And I really like how, again, how clean it is on the system design. Bobcat does a really good job at doing that stuff. So good job, Bobcat. And that little sound you're hearing, these mowers do that. It's I think it's a relief valve on the gas systems, so no pressure builds up in these mowers over time. They release when the gas builds up in them. My mower does the same thing. Little like squeaky sound is actually the valve on the gas tank releasing any buildup of air and all that. Okay, you can see down there belts. So fans. I'm gonna say right now it's gonna be harder to maintain the fans on this mower, and I'm just saying that because it's an honest review based on the stand-on mower versus the sit-down mower, the ZT 3500 I have behind me. You saw how easy it was to blow that out. You know, blowing these fans out is gonna be a little more of a, not more of a task, but it's going to be harder to clear the air in here because it's less open, and a lot of that grass and debris are going to get blown up into these other components. So I'm going to say it's just going to be a little harder to maintain the airflow around these fans. It's not that it can't be done, it's just it can be done, and it's a good design. However, it's a more compact design, so that's a key takeaway on this review. More compact inside this unit because it's a stand-on unit, and being that it's a stand-on unit, they gotta bring things in a little bit more. So that's something to note. Got your battery right here, really easy access on that. Just like my ZT 3500, you can pull out the battery with ease. You got your fuel filter. You got overview from this angle. And you can get into those fans also over here if you just blow there, but you're going to have to open up the back so you can release some of those fibers, those grass fibers. And I'm going to say, if you don't blow out those fans, your mower is going to wear out faster on you, because you should definitely be blowing those out. Grease joints also located throughout the mower, should be greased on a regular basis. Now, the thing I'm really curious about is access to the belts. And that looks like, to get access to these belts on this machine, you're gonna have to take off this right here. There's right there, there's your key, there's your answer. There is a little tab here. Release this tab right there. I'll take off that back plate, and you're gonna have to unbolt this. So a little more things to remove on this mower if you want to get access to under the belt system on the deck. So takeaway there, key takeaway, A little more work to get access to those belts on the deck on this mower versus the ZT3500, where we just flip it up. Okay, so big difference there. Two different worlds. Very two different worlds on these applications here. Okay, so very well to note that you're going to be looking at a little more maintenance time just to get in and out of that zone. If you want to keep it clean, clear, all of that, it's going to be a little more work. Keep that in mind.